going on here? Jesus, how much lag is there? Oh, hello, hello, hello. Sorry, it's taking me a long time to get this geared up. And it appears there is a monumental amount of lag between what you see and what's going on. Oh, so what is this? These are the new starters to Digimon. Ah! Themed around the OGs, the original Adventure Crew. So I had to get them. And I'm very glad I did, actually, because they come with special bonus cards. And those special bonus cards are worth more than the decks themselves. So if you wanted to just sell those cards, you'd get your money back and essentially get the deck for free. It's ridiculous. And I'm not one to pre-order stuff, but I did, and I'm so glad I did, because they were $19.99 each Canadian. As soon as they released, this one jumped up to $29.99, and this one jumped up to $24.99. So that sucks for people. But like I said, the bonus cards inside are worth more than the decks themselves, which is just weird, but I'm not going to complain. That's awesome. You want to start with red or blue? What do you think? War Greymon, Melgarumon. What's first? Debate. Okay. I have Patamon here to tell me where you can see, so I don't get lost in behind all my setup here. Very helpful little guys. Oh, I should have. There's tape. Didn't remove the tape. And in the back here, we have, I think, a couple of just instructions. Why isn't the title what? Is this just instructions? Yeah, that looks like just a big thing of instructions. Okay. I'm not gonna change the title to that. Thank you for the suggestion, though. Alright, this is a playmat. If you didn't already have a glorious one. Oh, and I ripped it already. Absolutely just ripped it. That's cool. I'm glad it comes with one. They used to not come with one. I mean, on one hand, you're like, oh, that's more paper. That's more trash to people who don't need it. But yeah, that's something quick at home. Nice. Let's get the bonus cards out of the way first. Also, then right in the battle area. So, Red Scramble, featuring Agumon, Shoutmon, Gamamon, I forget what the other guy is, but very on theme, red, fire, very cool. This one card, retail, $15 Canadian. Shiny Gomamon, again, all the water type Digimon, very cool. Blue Scramble. Retail Canadian, like $12.99. Gatomon with Salamon, Armadillomon, and Pulsemon. All the holy yellow Digimon. Retail $15.99. Tentomon and all the green Digimon, like $8.99 or $8, I think. The Black Scramble with the Karamon, and I don't know the other ones. That's like $8. The Purple Scramble with Wizardmon and Demi-Miramon, and these are textured, by the way. You can feel them. That's $8 too. Retail. So obviously, if you were to sell them yourself on secondary market, it's worth less. But yeah. So let's just go over that again so you know. 15, 30. Those two cards almost just paid for the decks themselves. And throw in this $8 card. There you go. I just paid for both those decks right there. There's another $8. There's another $8. There's another $12. It's ridiculous. Why wouldn't you? If you wanted these decks, there was no reason to not buy them, essentially. Alright, let's see what we got here. I've been testing this deck online a lot. I've been playing with it, and it's so fun. I don't like to play it optimally because since it is an adventure style deck, I want everyone represented. So it's a mishmash of a bunch of different Digimon, when if you wanted to make it really good, you would obviously focus it down a little bit. But got Koromon, look at him, cute little guy. I'm not going to go over all the cards. I'm just going to look at the arts mostly, because that's a big part of it. Biyomon, giving you a little cheeky wink. She's the searcher. She helps you find what you need in the deck. Again, I'm not going to read them all out. You can do that on your own. Can easily find cards list online. But yeah, just the searcher. She's very good, strong, helps you find what you need. What else do we got? The Bergermon. Okay, alright, fine. On play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 Digimon card with the Adventure trait and 1 such Tamer card or option card. So she searches whatever you need. You need Digimon, she can get it. You need a Tamer, you can get it. You need an option card, you can get it. Biyomon is fantastic. Oh, what happened? It's out of focus. Hold on. Oh, that's better. On play, when Digivolving, if your Tamers with the Adventure trait have 3 or more total colors, this Digimon may Digivolve into a Digimon card with the Adventure trait in the hand without paying the cost. Let you Digivolve for free if you got 3 or more colors in your Adventure trait Tamers. Okay, you get 4 of those. Garudamon. Very cool. On play, when Digivolving, for the turn, 1 of your Digimon gains Security +1, and for every 2 colors your Tamers have, for every 2 colors your tamers have, get 2 plus 2,000 DP. And then your turn, once per turn, when one of your other Digimon are played or Digivolve, if any of them have the adventure trait, one of your Digimon gains Alliance and then may attack. So if you want to go aggro, Garudamon. Give you security attack and attack power. And you get 4 Garudamon. Gatomon. I wish Gatomon was a little bit better, but can't have everything. Security. At the end of battle, you may play this without paying the cost. Then on play when Digivolving, give 2 of your opponent's Digimon security -1 until the turn ends. Oh, and I haven't been going over the inherited effects. Whoops. That's fine. But yeah. Oh. I'm torn on the art. I really, really like it. But also, it's... I don't know. There's something about it. I like it, but I'm hesitant about it for some reason. Megatomon, you get 4. Now, one of the biggest hits in the deck, the Angelwomon. On play when Digivolving. One of your other Digimon may Digivolve into a Digimon with the adventure trait in your hand without paying the cost. So, you can do some really nutty things with this. Like, let's just assume, well, you can do a bunch of things. Let's just take a look here. If you have a bunch of tamers out with at least 3 colors and the adventure trait, you could Digivolve into Bergermon, then it could Digimon for free into Angelwomon, and then Angelwomon could cause your Gatomon to Digivolve into another Angelwomon for free, and then that second Angelwomon could Digivolve this one into a Mega for free. So you could get, what is that? That's 3, and another 3. Like 9 memory for free. It's just ridiculous. You can do some crazy plays with them. And that is why you only get 2 of them in the deck. They want to force you to buy more. But yeah, if you wanted to play set, you had to buy 2 of those decks or buy the singles. Because they're so powerful, but that's fine. Again, I want representation in my deck, so I don't need any more copies. We got little Tentomon. Your opponent can't reduce Digivolution costs. That's what he does. Oh. How many of those do we get? We get 4 Tentomon. Then Gabuterimon. When Digivolving, if you have 1 or fewer tamers, you may play 1 tamer with the adventure trait from your hand without paying the cost. So free tamer. Hold on, I gotta get it to stop focusing on my hand. And you get 4 Gabuterimons. Mega Gabuterimon. On play when Digivolving, 1 of your Digimon unsuspends. Then, for every 2 colors your tamers with the adventure trait have, suspend 1 of your opponent's Digimon. And then it has the same your turn, gain alliance as the Garudamon. Same with the Angelwomon. All of the ultimates have that. And they all give alliance in their inherit. So, you get 4 Gabuterimon. Agumon. Look how shiny. your turn. While your opponent has a Digimon with 10,000 power or more, or your tamers have 3 or more colors total, this Digimon can Digivolve into Wargreymon in the hand for a Digivolution cost of 4, ignoring Digivolution requirements. So you can turbo into a Wargreymon very easily with this guy. Very cool. And he gains Reboot. And you get 4. When the deck lists were first revealed, I was expecting to get 2 of these in the deck, but you get 4, so that's pretty sweet. Then the big boss, Wargreymon himself. Look at that. What an awesome card. Hand counter Blast Digivolution. On play when Digivolving, until your opponent's turn ends, for every 2 colors your tamers have, one... Sorry, let me read that again. I know what it does, but I'm just reading it verbatim. Until your opponent's turn ends, for every 2 colors your tamers have, their Digimon's effects don't affect one of your Digimon. So make your guys immune. Then, when Digivolving, when attacking, delete one of your opponent's lowest DP Digimon. He's just a bomb. He just helps you destroy. The deck doesn't play any option cards to make removal. Wargreymon is your removal. He makes things go away. And, of course, you only get 2 of them. Sora and Kari. If you have a Digimon with the Adventure trait, gain 1 memory at the start of your turn. Then your turn, when any Digimon cards with the Adventure trait would be played from your hand, very specifically from your hand, by suspending this tamer, reduce the play cost by 1. Very cool. And you need colors, you need a lot of tamers out, and you get 4 Sora and Karis. Tai Kamiya is the Izumi. Your turn. When any Digimon cards with the Adventure trait would be played from your hand, suspend to reduce the cost by 1. Then opponent's turn. All of your Digimon with the Adventure trait gain Blocker. And they are shiny as well. You only get 2. Our Courage United. I know what that's from. That scene. That's burned into my memory. That is like, I don't know, episode 3 or 4 when they end up on the beach and get attacked by Shellmon. I remember that from childhood, man. I like how they do little nods and scenes like that. That's cool. When you have a Digimon or Tamer with the Adventure trait, you can ignore this card's color requirements. Main, draw 2. So as soon as you use it, draw 2 cards. Then all turns on a delay. When one of your Adventure trait Digimon, isn't level 3? Yeah, when your level 5 or higher Adventure trait Digimon would be removed from the battlefield, you may play 1 Digimon with the Adventure trait level 5 or lower for free from your hand. So it's awesome. You go aggro, they try and remove it, you can just replay your cards for free. And you get 4 of those. They're just good card draw. Island of Adventure. Well, you have a face-up. While you have no face-up Island of Adventure security cards, you can ignore this card's color requirements. When it's in your security face-up, all your level 3 or higher Digimon get plus 2,000 power. And main, add the top security card to your hand, then place this card face up as the top security card. So it's very cool. this card can go into a variety of different decks. Any deck that cares about security, recovery, and removal, you can just play this. There's like no requirement for it in your deck. It's just a nice 2-cost enabler for all your effects that add and remove security. So you might see this in a variety of different decks, which is kind of cool. But yeah, that's the War Greymon deck. I greatly enjoy it. Put those over there. Hold on. I got like 50 chords to maneuver. Alrighty. I gotta get the tape off the. The only thing I'm really disappointed about, there is no Patamon. How do you have an adventure set without a Patamon? You know why? So they can sell him later on in a different set. That's what they're doing. Okay, let's try to not rip this one. Let's play that. What the hell? Completely unravel it so I can put it back easily. But yeah, there you go. Gabumon. Oh, I'm not gonna zoom out. It's Gabumon, Metal Gabumon. Pretty cool. Very purple. Cinnamon. This one has a lot of card draw and a lot of card discard in order to cycle through your graveyard. And as you can see, on deletion, you may return one Digimon card with the adventure trait from your trash to your hand. So this is kind of aggro and recycle. Just keep playing your stuff out, get what you need back, and try and make the most of it. But let's go back to once again bonus cards. Biomon, Hawkmon, Agumon 2006, I think that's what it's called. Hackmon, yeah. Again, $15 for the red one. Beauty Gabumon, Vmon, Bearmon, Galmon. That's like $12. And the beautiful baked potato himself with Shumon, Cutemon. I forget what that thing's called. That's another $15. Palmon with Floramon, Lopmon, Petromon. That's like $8. Then the Pooh Gang, Numamon, Sukamon, and what's the crack mouse called? Chumon. Yeah, something like that. $8. Demidevimon and Devimon with the purple scramble. $8. So there you go. Again, there's $30 right there. It's insane. I already saw the Sunamon. Obviously, you get 4. Gomamon! I love Gomamon. Your opponent can't gain memory other than tamer effects. Just a denier, but I just want to point out he's like stealing fish, and the penguins are a little mad at him. But don't worry. Don't worry. There's a good story in the end. Now we have Ikakumon, and after eating the fish, he's digivolved, and now he's giving the penguins rides. Why not? Help him out. Security. At the end of battle, you may play this without paying the cost. Then, trash the top 2 Digivolution cards of one of your opponent's Digimon. Then, one of their Digimon with no Digivolution cards can't attack or block until the end of turn. With the inherit of drawing 1. Fantastic. Kakumon is so strong. He's a good draw engine. You get 4. Then, after stealing their fish, giving them rides, now he's like protecting them. He's scooped them up and he's smashing something. I don't know. Good for them. They're friends. Zudomon. For every 2 colors your tamers have, trash any 1 Digivolution card. One of your opponent's... Wait, hold on. Let me actually read the card. I can't see it from here. For every 2 colors your tamers have, trash any 1 of your opponent's Digimon's Digivolution cards. Then return 1 of their Digimon with 1 or fewer Digivolution cards to the hand. A nice way to get some removal without deleting a Digimon, which is important sometimes. So Zudomon is very good. Get 4 of them. No Patamon, but we got stupid sexy Angemon. Feels like he's wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all. Ugh. Sorry. Oh, hurting my neck looking like this. Same as the Gabuterimon. If you have 1 or fewer tamers, when you digivolve, you may play 1 tamer with the adventure trait for free. Four of them. Then again, just like Angemon, you only get 2 Magna Angemons. He's a pretty decent removal. I'm gonna bring him up closer so I can read him verbatim. Place 1 of your opponent's 6,000 power or lower Digimon as the top security card. For every 2 colors your tamers have, add 2,000 to this effect's DP maximum. So the more tamers you have, the higher power you can get rid of, and you can shove their cards into their own security stack, again, removing them without deleting them, which can be important. So cool, you get 2. Then you get Palmon, who's being cheeky in the trees. On play, by trashing 1 card with the adventure trait in your hand, draw 2 cards. So 2 for 1, not bad. Just try and cycle through, find what you need. Get 4 of them. Togemon. I love Togemon. Unironically, like, what a great idea. You know what we should have? We should have a cactus with boxing gloves that just punches people. Brilliant. $1 million idea right there. Glorious. Whoever came up with that, props to you. On play, when digivolving, if your tamers with the adventure trait have 3 or more total colors, this Digimon may digivolve into a Digimon card with the adventure trait in your hand without paying the cost. So it's just like the Birdramon. You can digivolve for free if you have enough tamers and colors. And you get 4 of those. Then we get Lilymon. Again, I want to read her effect. Suspend all your opponent's 5,000 power or lower Digimon. Then, for every 2 colors your tamers have, return 1 of their suspended Digimon to the bottom of the deck. Again, removal without deletion. Very cool, very scenic, pretty nice. You get 4 of them. And the Gabumon. And he's fighting alongside Agumon. Look at that. So cool. And essentially the same kind of effect as the Gabumon. It's a warp. While your opponent has a Digimon with 10,000 DP or more, your tamer or your tamers have 3 or more total colors, this Digimon may digivolve into a Metal Garurumon in the hand for a Digivolution cost of 4, ignoring the Digivolution requirements. So, warp into Metal Garurumon. And again, you get 4. Very cool. And then, boss monster of this deck, Metal Garurumon. Shooting his missiles and his ice blaster and whatever the hell. And if we just grab, where is he? You can see the tips of his gauntlets missing. There you go. And that's Metal Garurumon. They match up. And it's like they're doing crisscross. Metal Garurumon is attacking over here, Wargreymon is attacking over here. But it's the same scene, just from different perspectives. So it's pretty cool. Let's read Metal Garurumon again. I know what he does. I've played with him for a long time before I've gotten my hands on these cards, but again, reading it verbatim. Hand, counter, blast, digivolve. You can play it for free on your opponent's turn when they attack. But on play when digivolving, return one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon to the bottom of the deck. For every 2 colors your tamers have, add 1 to this effect's maximum level. Cool. Then, when attacking, you may play 1 level 4 or lower Digimon card from your trash without paying the cost. So again, the purple style is all about getting stuff in the trash, then trying to bring it all out and using that for power. And just like the Wargreymon, you only get 2. Then we have Joe and Mimi. If you have Digimon with the adventure trait at the start of your turn, gain 1 memory. When any of your Digimon cards with the adventure trait would be played from the hand, suspend it to reduce the cost by 1. Same as the Kari and Sora. And you get 4. And then TK and Matt. Glorious. But why no Patamon? Why no Patamon? Why no Patamon? When any Digimon cards with the adventure trait would be played from your hand by suspending this tamer, reduce play cost by 1. Then, your turn. All your level 5 or higher Digimon with the adventure trait gain rush, so they can attack the same turn they came into play. If they're level 5 or higher, which is pretty cool. Again, this is more of it's a rush strategy. You want to get a bunch of stuff out, cause as much damage as you can. Believe in our friendship. Again, you could ignore the color requirements if you have an adventure trait Digimon. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with the adventure trait among them to the hand. Return the rest to the bottom. Then delay. On a future turn, you can discard it from the battlefield. Gain 2 memory. So just a card draw engine. Look at 3. Pick 1. 4 of those. And again, like the other white card for 2 cost, this is an enabler to go into your security stack, remove from your security stack, and get a bunch of power. Well, you have no face-up Genai's House security cards. You can ignore the color requirements. when it is in your security face up, all of your level 3 or higher gain 3,000 power, which is just awesome. Just it's only on your turn for that effect, but still, it turns your little guys into much bigger and more threatening guys. Main, add the bottom security card to the hand, then place this card face up as the bottom security card. So yeah, cool. And again, it's just a scene from the show when they first meet Jedi. And you get 4 of those. And that's that. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna sit down. I was gonna play some Pokemon, and I still might, but I'm gonna sit down for a second here. Hold on. Oh, my neck. Ow. 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 Alright. Normally I would just cut off the video and that would be it. But you know what? Let's why don't we just like while I'm here, why don't I just like put together a rough draft of the deck. I'm gonna do it anyway, so son of a I don't have my egg sleeves here, so that's unfortunate. Come on. Packaging. Bane of my existence. I got some nice yellow sleeves. I don't know. I felt adventure. I felt Patamon. Crest of courage, whatnot. Crest of hope. They all kind of yellowy. And I don't know. I associate yellow with adventure. I don't know why, but I just do. So. Well, already not happy. That, you can't see it on camera, but that sleeve is like speckled. It looks like dirty. Hopefully there's like one extra in the pack and I don't have to use that one, but that's annoying. But it happens. Okay, let's obviously start with the top end because we know we're using all of it. And I made sure to not get matte this time. Because I got matte sleeves last time for a deck. And I don't like it. It really dumbs it down. But yeah, yellow's not bad. That's an okay. I like that. That's fine. All the bonus cards. I don't have any of the Thai Kamiyas from BT21, which just released today, obviously. Especially because they're currently sitting at like $35 each. And I know to some people who play maybe Magic or Pokemon and stuff, who, you know, will spend $500 on one piece of cardboard. I could have millions and millions of dollars. I'm not spending $35 on one piece of colored cardboard that's exceptionally thin and can be ruined if somebody so much as sneezes on it or picks it up wrong. Like, I just can't do it. That's not me. It's not happening. So I got these battle NPCs from BT20 to replace Tai because they are a white trainer. They do have a little bit of card draw to them, and in an emergency, you can sacrifice them to play out a level 3 Digimon. So it's not bad. It doesn't have the draw engine of Tai, but is what it is. You deal with it. Okay, let's. I gotta get organized here, but I also have cords all over the place. I want to do the easy stuff first. Obviously, I'm playing the second Orgreymon. I'm playing at least 2 Agumons. Probably playing at least 2 Sora and Karis. I'm playing 1 Mega Gabuterimon. I like Angemon more than Gabuterimon. Obviously, I'm a Patamon guy, but the piercing that Gabuterimon gives can be a little bit more beneficial than the minus 2,000 power that the Angemon gives. Temporarily play one Tentomon. Obviously, both Angewomons. At least one Gatomon. We're gonna play probably playing all 4 Biomons for sure. Best way to search. Put that there. I'm gonna play 2 Bergermons to start, 1 Garudamon. Put the eggs aside because I don't have eggs. Your eggs need to be put in different sleeves from your main deck, so it's obvious that they're different. Oh yeah, sleeving cards, what riveting gameplay. See, it was hard to get a good sleeve color because it's going to be a deck full of different colored cards. I was thinking like white, but I was like, oh, white shows everything, every cat hair, every possible mark, so I didn't want that. And I don't think it would look good with the white frames on most of the cards. White on white, I think it'd be too much. Yellow's, yeah, yellow's not bad. It's certainly not one of my go-to colors, but because in the Digimon card game, most of the decks I play and have ever cared about are just yellow. Like, I have more yellow cards than anything else. And like I said, the Crest of Hope, yellow is kind of associated with TK. I don't know, I wanted a color. It's kind of weird. It's like I wanted a neutral color, even though yellow would never be considered neutral, but just like in the context of you have greens, blues, blacks, purples, and stuff. I don't know. I was like, yellow is like, kind of just there. And the good thing, oh, hold on, wait a minute. Are these packs of, what are these? No, these are packs of 50, right? So I know my deck is done when I'm out of sleeves, unless I have like 1 or 2 extra in the pack. Because I'm not counting or paying attention. I'll do that after. See, that's not too bad. I mean, yeah, I know you get a little bit of the ketchup and mustard kind of look on it, but the dual black and red and the set of the yellow, that's not bad. And the black and the yellow, that works. I got no problem with that. Yeah, fiery, exactly. Alright, those stay over there. Again, let's get the most obvious things out of the way. 2 Metal Garurumons. I'm playing 2 Gabumons. Again, we're not going for super hardcore meta efficiency. We're going for strong with representation because it is the adventure deck, so all adventure Digimon should be featured. At least 2 Togemons. We're playing 2 Palmons for now, but that might get bumped up to all 4. Playing both Angemons again. Maybe 2. Maybe just the 1 Angemon for now. And 4. I'm gonna have like another deck. Like all the cards I don't use can easily be another adventure deck. One Zudamon for now. While playing, I really like the Ikakumon, so I'm going to play 2 of those for now. 1 Gomamon. Let's see how this blue and like mustard yellow works. I am glad it is this kind of yellow too, and it wasn't like just bright ass yellow. Like this is a mustard yellow, and I like that a little bit more. There's something about this Ikakumon. I like Ikakumon to begin with, but I like how like fresh, bright, airy, just blue sky, the white like ice caps, how fluffy he looks. That has a very lovely card. See, yeah. The yellow kind of matches up, but it's just off to make a little bit of a impression. So, a lot of air in those sleeves, holy moly. Because of the foiling and the texture on that, there's slight lines on it, you can feel it. It actually feels like a thicker card because of that. Oh. Then we gotta... Okay. Oh, then we gotta go over things and figure out the real nuances of everything. I gotta get the option cards sorted out. When I first saw this deck, I was like, wow, it doesn't have any like real big heavy bomb option cards to remove things. And then after playing with it for a while, I was like, oh, War Greymon, that's your bomb. That's the destroy button. Got it. So I was contemplating buying or looking through my collection to see if I had any big removal, but I do not need to. Alright, let's see what this Metal Groomon looks like in yellow. That's not, it's not bad. I got no problem with that. Because it's different enough to just give him a border without taking away or like blending too much into it. That's fine. Okay, that's the easy stuff. Now we want one island of adventure. I think we want 3 of those. Oh, I didn't pick out any of the... How many ties do I want? At least one. Like, at least one tie. We want one Jedi's house. Maybe one Believe in Our Friendship. At least one TK. Maybe 2 Joe and Mimi's. See, well, the Ty and Izzy and the Matt and TK give good effects to your Digimon. The Sora and Kari and Joe and Mimi are more giving you more memory consistently. So as much as I want the power of the Ty and Izzy and TK and Matt, give me memory, let me do more things at once, kind of thing. So I recognize their power and I appreciate their power and I know they make the deck strong, but at the same time I'm greedy. So I will probably bump them up to 2, but we'll see. See, the problem is if you want to play more than 2 Ty and Izzy's because they give blocker, you would want to play more Agumons to give more reboot. So you can attack, goes to your opponent's turn, you reboot, so then you can block. So if I play more Ty and Izzy's, I'm going to want to put more Agumons in the deck. Yeah, see, look at that. The black on yellow with all the yellow and multicolored highlights in there. That's great. Oops. Hit my hat in the mic. Hold on here. Oh. Alright. Actually, I gotta stand back up here. Stretch my back out. Ooh, slippery. Alright. Let's see what we got here. I'm gonna have to move Padmon. That's not gonna work. Trying to show everything, but screwing myself over with space. Don't need the magas there. We know what we're running. Running 2 Metal Gurumon, 2 War Greymons. Put them off to the side. Four Biomons. Come on. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Technically, I usually run, because it was the way I learned how to deck build to start with, and I just haven't deviated from it, even though some decks should deviate from it. 12 rookies, 10 champions, 8 ultimates, 6 to 7 megas, and then tamers and option cards to fill out the rest. The thing with this deck, though, is because you can reduce play cost by so much with your tamers, you A, want a bunch of tamers, B, can play more champions and stuff because you can just reduce their cost. But I don't know. I'm probably going to stick with my ratios for now. So I do have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12. Got them. Champions I'm light on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One shy. Probably another. I want to play another Ikakumon. I want to play more Birdramon and Togemon. I hate that I'm looking at this and thinking, ideally, you would cut the Gatomon. That pains me. I love Gatomon. So I gotta keep them. But, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more champions. I think it's gotta be a Gabuterimon with the piercing and the play for free. Even though I also kind of want another Ikakumon. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's all my ultimates. Everyone's represented. If you were going hardcore efficiency and everything. Oh, you can't even see my ultimates. Hold on. Yeah. If you were going hardcore aggressive and efficiency, you would go like 4 Angewomon and probably 4 Garudamon. Because that plus 1 security and plus DP is just fantastic. So that's 12. That's 8. That's 20. 30. That's 30 cards. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. So I'm missing 2 cards. And guess what? I got 3 sleeves. So I did get an extra, and I can use the watermarked messed up sleeve as the extra. So sweet. So let's go look over. See, ideally, I think I'm one mega shy. I would want one more Wargreymon, but they're sitting at like $10 a copy right now. So not for me, not right now. So that's throwing my plan off too, because I can't do anything about that. I just don't have one, so nothing I can do. I'm gonna have to place something extra in its place. How many tamers do I have? And then my 2 battle NPCs. Yeah, I feel like... Well, I need 2 cards. Why not just one more mat, one more tie? Let's take a look at my options. I have 1 island adventure. They're strong, but they're good and I like them. But while I was playing a lot and testing with this deck, I never felt like, oh, I need a bunch of these. I need more. I always felt like I had enough. It was the Our Courage United that I really wanted to see all the time. To the point where I feel like you could easily replace Believe in Our Friendship for another Courage United. But again, for representation, I have that in there. So yeah, okay, I got 2 spaces left. I have 2, 2, 1, 1. Let's just add more tamers. Because this deck feels awful when you don't have tamers. Yeah, sure. Let's do that. Now, like I said, ideally one of these, probably the Matt and TKs, would be a Wargreymon, but is what it is. Is that sleeve upside down? Sure is. Alright, so let's quickly just... Now, I did mash some of them together, so they're disorganized now, which is kind of unfortunate, but... Final look. 1 Believe in Our Friendship. 3 Our Courage United. 1 Jedi's House. 1 Island of Adventure. Those are our option cards. Tamers. 2 Ty and Izzy's. 2 Matt and TK's. 2 Battle NPCs. 2 Sorakaris. 2 Joe Mimis. 1 less Wargreymon that I want, but that's fine. 2 Wargreymons. 2 Metal Garurumons. Now I mushed these together, so shame on me, but hold on. Okay, and we have 4 Biomons, 1 Tentomon, 2 Agumon, 1 Gomamon, 2 Palmon, 2 Gabus, 2 Bergermons, 1 Gato, 2 Gabuterimons, 2 Ikakomons, 1 Stupid Sexy Enjamon, 2 Togemons, 1 Garudamon, 2 Angewomon, 1 Mega Kabuterimon, 1 Zudamon, 2 Magna Angemon, and a Lilymon. And if you so please, mash the other cards together, and there you go, you have a second adventure deck. Like, why not? There you go. Second adventure deck. But yeah, there we go. I gotta get my eggs, my Koromons, and some sleeves. And that'll be that. I think I will take a little break, and maybe I'll come back for a little bit of Pokemon, but we'll see how I feel. But for now, take care. Peace out. Thanks for hanging out.